Imagine this for a moment. Your phone starts ringing, you look at the screen, and you know the person wants to speak English. Suddenly, your heart beats faster, your mind becomes empty. The English you knew just a few seconds ago feels like it has disappeared. You want to answer the call, but at the same time, you wish someone else would answer it instead. Have you ever felt like this? If your answer is yes, then today's lesson is especially for you. Because the problem is not that you don't know English. The real problem is that you don't know how to stay calm when speaking English on the phone. And the good news is this fear can be removed not by learning hundreds of grammar rules, not by memorizing difficult vocabulary, but by understanding why your brain reacts this way and by practicing the right techniques. So stay with me until the end of this lesson. Today we are not just gonna learn English. Today we are gonna build your confidence. Hello everyone, welcome back to NEU English. I hope you are doing very well and great. This is our 30 days English speaking course where you will learn to speak English in a very simple and easy way. If you are a beginner and want to speak English confidently in daily life, this course is perfect for you. Every week we learn a new topic that will help you improve your speaking, vocabulary and confidence. So make sure you watch every lesson and practice with me. Think about the situations where you actually need English. Talking to a customer, speaking to a teacher, calling a friend, booking a service, answering an important phone call. These are real life situations, but many learners prepare only for exams. They study grammar, they memorize vocabulary, they complete exercises. Yet when the phone rings, they panic. Why? Because speaking on the phone is a completely different skill. Today I'll explain why this happens and how you can overcome it step by step. But at the end of this lesson, you will understand that the confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build through the right practice. Now let's start today's lesson. The real reasons you are afraid to speak English on the phone. Many learners think I'm afraid because my English is weak. But in most cases, that's not true. The real reasons are much deeper. Let's understand them one by one. Reason 1, you can't see the other person. When you talk to someone face to face, communication is not only about words. You also see their face, their smile, their eyes, their body language, their reactions. All these things help your brain understand the conversation. Even if you don't hear every word clearly, you can often understand the meaning by looking at the person's expressions. But a phone call removes all of that. Now you only have one source of information, the voice. Your brain has to work much harder because it cannot use visual clues anymore. This is why many learners feel that phone English is more difficult than normal conversation. The problem is not your English. The problem is that your brain has lost half of information it normally uses. Understanding this changes everything because now you stop blaming yourself. Instead, you realize that this is a normal challenge, and with practice, your listening skills become stronger. Reason 2, you panic after missing one word. This is one of the biggest mistakes English learners make. Imagine someone says a sentence. You understand almost everything, but there is one word you don't know. What happens? Many learners stop listening. Their mind becomes busy thinking, what was that word? While they are thinking about that one word, the other person keeps speaking. Now they miss another sentence, then another. Within a few seconds, they feel completely lost. Notice something important. The problem was never that one unknown word. The real problem was losing focus. Fluent speakers don't understand every single word either. They listen for the main idea. They keep following the conversation. They don't allow one unfamiliar word to destroy their confidence. So, from today, stop chasing every word. Start listening for the message. That simple change will make phone conversations much easier. Reason 3, they don't know phone English. Here's something many learners don't realize. Phone conversations have their own style. People don't speak exactly at the same way they do in textbooks. They use short expressions, quick responses, natural greetings, simple confirmations. If you've only studied grammar books, this style can sound unfamiliar, and then something sounds unfamiliar, your confidence drops. That's why learning real phone English is just as important as learning grammar. You don't need hundreds of expressions. You need a small number of common phrases that people actually use every day. Once these expressions become familiar, phone calls begin to feel much more natural. How to fix this pair? 3 practical methods. Now that you understand why phone calls feel difficult, the next step is much more important. How do you overcome this fear? Many learners think the answer is I need to learn more grammar, but that's not the solution. Grammar is important, but grammar alone will never make you confident on a phone call. Confidence comes from practical speaking practice, not from reading grammar rules. Let's learn 3 methods that really works. Method 1. Learn phone English, not just grammar. Imagine 2 students. The first student studies grammar every day. The second student studies grammar but also practices common phone conversations. Who will feel more confident during a real phone call? Of course, the second student. Why? Because our brain feels comfortable with situations it has practiced before. When a situation is familiar, fear becomes smaller. This is why you should learn the English people actually use on the phone. Not difficult expressions, not advanced vocabulary, just natural everyday English. The goal is not to sound like a dictionary. The goal is to sound comfortable. Remember this, grammar teaches you how English works. Practice teaches you how English is used. You need both. Method 2. Practice short phone conversations. Many learners make another mistake. They try to practice long conversations, then they become tired, confused, and frustrated. Instead, start small. A short conversation is enough. Why? Because confidence grows through repetition. When you repeat one short conversation again and again, your pronunciation improves, your listening improves, your speed improves. Most importantly, your fear begins to disappear. Don't ask yourself, how can I speak for 10 minutes? Ask yourself, can I speak for 1 minute confidently? One confident minute is better than 10 nervous minutes. As your confidence grows, your conversations will naturally become longer. Small progress every day creates big results. Method 3. Don't try to understand every word. This may be the most powerful advice in today's lesson. Many learners believe if I don't understand every word, I can't continue. The belief creates fear. The truth is different. Even native speakers don't catch every single word and every conversation. Sometimes people speak quickly, sometimes connection is poor, sometimes someone mumbles. They focus on the main idea, they keep listening, they stay relaxed. This is exactly what you should do. Instead of asking what was every word, ask what is this person trying to tell me? This simple habit will reduce stress immediately. When your mind is relaxed, your English becomes stronger. Real life phone practice. Now let's practice one realistic situation. Imagine you're calling your teacher. Listen carefully. Teacher, hello. Student, hello sir. This is Ali. Is this a good time to talk? Teacher, yes, of course. How can I help you? Student, I have a question about tomorrow's class. Teacher, sure, go ahead. Student, thank you. I wanted to ask what time the class will begin. Teacher, it will start at 9 o'clock. Student, thank you very much. Teacher, you are welcome. See you tomorrow. Student, see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Now stop. Notice something. This conversation is not difficult. There is no advanced grammar rules, no complicated vocabulary, just real communication. That is exactly how real English works. Simple, natural, confident. Now it's your turn. Repeat the conversation. Don't worry if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Your only goal is to speak. Pause the video after every sentence, repeat it clearly, then repeat the whole conversation 3 times, not once, 3 times, because repetition creates confidence. Today's challenge is simple. Practice this spoon conversation 3 times today. Tomorrow, practice it again. Within 1 week, you'll notice that speaking on the phone is much easier. Before we finish today's lesson, I want you to remember something that many English learners forget. Fear is not a sign that you can't speak English. Fear is a sign that you haven't practiced this situation enough. And that's completely normal. Every confident English speaker was once nervous. The difference is that they kept answering the phone, they kept practicing, they kept improving. You don't become confident fast and then start speaking. You become confident because you keep speaking. So keep practicing, keep improving, and I'll see you in the 18th.